All right, if you're in your 40s, chances are you're in your peak earning years. And for you, maxing out your retirement accounts isn't just a nice little goal, it's an absolutely critical strategy. So today, we are diving into the High Earners Retirement Playbook updated for 2026. So let's kick things off with a question that probably hits close to home. Your income is finally climbing, and then that little thought creeps in, wait, am I making too much money now? Am I locked out of some of the best retirement tools out there, specifically the Roth IRA? If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place because, spoiler alert, there is a powerful way around it.
But hold on, before we get to the fancy strategies, the secret handshakes of retirement saving, we have to note the rules of the game. These are your 2026 power numbers, the mission-critical targets the IRS has set for really maxing things out. First up, the big one, your 401k or 403b. The new limit for your own contributions is a whopping $24,500. Seriously, hitting this number is your first and most powerful move for a massive tax break. Next, let's talk about the IRA. And that's your traditional and your Roth IRA combined. You can put a total of $7,500 across all of them. Now, it's a smaller number, I know, but it is going to be so important for the strategy we're about to cover. And finally, the secret weapon that so many people overlook, the Health Savings Account, or HSA. If you've got a high-deductible health plan, the family contribution limit is now $8,750. Okay, so let's put it all together. You've got the $24,500 for the 401k, and remember, this is huge. Any employer match is just bonus money on top of your limit. Then you've got the $7,500 for your IRAs and that $8,750 for the HSA. And please pay special attention to that HSA. It's the only account that exists that is triple tax advantaged. What's that mean? Your money goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free, and it comes out tax-free for medical expenses. It is basically a stealth retirement account. All right, now that we know the numbers, let's get to the main event. This is the strategy that high earners use to get into a Roth IRA, even when the IRS says, nope, you make too much money. It's called the Backdoor Roth. So why do we even need a backdoor? Well, here's why. For 2026, the IRS has basically put up a velvet rope. If you're a single filer making over $153,000, or you're married filing jointly making over $242,000, they start cutting you off from contributing directly to a Roth IRA. They've essentially locked the front door. But here is the absolute key to understanding this. The Backdoor Roth IRA. I know, it sounds a little sketchy, right? But it isn't some secret, shady account. It's just a name for a perfectly legal two-step process. Think of it as a transaction, not an account type. And it's how you legally walk right around those income limits we just saw. And the process itself, it's incredibly simple. Step 1. You contribute your $7,500 of after-tax money into a plain old traditional IRA. And here's the crucial part. You do not take a tax deduction on it. Step 2. You wait a day or two just to let the funds settle. Then you convert that entire traditional IRA into a Roth IRA. And step 3, and please don't forget this part, once that money is in the Roth, you have to actually invest it. Don't just let it sit there as cash. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds almost too easy. And honestly, it is. But, and this is a really big but, there is one major pothole in the road you absolutely have to steer clear of. It's called the pro-rata rule. And it's the one mistake that can turn this beautiful, tax-free move into a very costly tax nightmare. Okay, the best way to wrap your head around this rule is to think like the IRS for just a second. To them, you don't have different traditional SEP or rollover IRAs as separate things. Nope. They see it all as one giant bucket of IRA money. And this one concept is the key to everything. So what is it? The pro-rata rule is really just the formula the IRS uses when you try to do a Roth conversion, but that one big bucket of yours has a mix of money in it. It's got pre-tax money, say from an old 401k you rolled over, and the new after-tax money that you just put in. And the difference this rule makes is like night and day. On one hand, you have the clean conversion. If your big bucket of traditional IRAs is totally empty before you start, meaning $0 in other pre-tax IRAs, your conversion is clean. It's tax-free. Beautiful. But on the other hand, you've got the tax trap. Let's say you have a $100,000 rollover IRA from an old job just sitting in there. Bam, the rule kicks in, and when you try to convert your new $7,500, you get hit with a surprise tax bill you were not expecting. So how do you avoid this trap? Well, the fix is actually pretty elegant. The goal is simple. Get that pre-tax money out of your IRA bucket before you even attempt the back door. The action step? See if your current employer's 401k plan allows you to roll over those old IRAs into the 401k. This completely clears the slate and makes your backdoor Roth conversion clean and tax-free again. You know, all this talk of backdoors and pro-rata rules, it might sound a little complicated. And for some of you, there's actually a much simpler and maybe even more powerful tool hiding in plain sight. The Roth 401k. Let's just compare them head to head. A Roth IRA, yep, has those pesky income limits we talked about. A Roth 401k? Nope, none at all. A Roth IRA has that $7,500 contribution limit. The Roth 401k lets you put in the full $24,500. So the takeaway here is huge. If your employer offers a Roth 401k, you can get more than 3 times the money into a Roth account with 0 income restrictions. Let me be perfectly clear about this. It doesn't matter what you earn. You can make $200,000 or $2 million a year. If your company offers a Roth 401k, you are eligible. It is the single most straightforward way for a high earner to get a massive amount of money growing tax-free for retirement. Period. So there you have it, the numbers to hit, the advanced strategies, and the simpler, more powerful alternatives. Your 40s are a critical time, not just to save, but to save with tax efficiency at the front of your mind. You don't want to let taxes just eat away at your future. So the only question left is, which of these amazing tools are you going to put to work first?